I used to just snip, snip. Oh, yeah, you breathing wrong? Snip. Oh, you didn't call me for my birthday? Snip. Oh, snip. Cutthroat. Cutthroat committee. That was me. Welcome to my channel. My name is Mila if you are new here, and if you're not, hey sis, what's up? So today we will be starting a new segment here on my channel where we will be talking all things girls. So welcome to Girl World. So I just really wanted to just tap into some much needed topics that we need to discuss, because the girls need to talk. We need to talk. We definitely need to talk. The new year is upon us, and I feel that now is the time more than ever to, start changing the trajectory of your life. So whether that be that you tired of these niggas, you tired of these dogs, you tired of them, or you want to change your career, whatever it is that you want to do to rebrand yourself for the year ahead, we getting into it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really big on rebranding yourself. I rebrand myself all the time. If you've been following me for years, then you know I have rebranded myself countless amounts of times. I have been a chef, I have been a rapper, I'm a mom, and I believe that I tap into these different hats that I wear at different points in my life to where it's that time, it's that season. So sometimes I might be in a season of making music, I might be in a season of being an entrepreneur, I might be in a season of mommy mode, so it's just important to understand that you can rebrand yourself at any point in time in your life if you find that, you want to try something new, or something isn't working for you, or you want to tap into a passion that you held near and dear to your heart and you just haven't really, honed in on it yet, right? So I'm really big on rebranding yourself. So, get a glass of wine, a cup of tea. I'm sipping tea today because your girl is sick, so I'm definitely not drinking wine tonight. It's definitely giving tea. So I came across something on Instagram. I think it was a meme, and it basically said that the girls will give their boyfriend a million chances after he done cheated on them, but let their friend miss one out of 20 birthday dinners, and it's up for her. It's up for her. It is done. It's curtains. They're not talking to her no more. None of that. And I really wanted to know why. Why do we do that as women? And I posted it on my Instagram, and it's crazy enough, I got responses back from some guys that chimed in as to why females operate like that, or why men operate differently in that regard, right? So basically, from my understanding, from a male perspective, we as women, we tend to place more value on romantic relationships than we do on sisterhood, whereas for men, it's the opposite way around. Men see more value in brotherhood than they do in their romantic relationships. And that's just the tea. That's just facts. And it's crazy because I feel like we tend to get at men for their bromance relationships. We tend to, clown them a bit for it. But when in actuality, we need to get like them. We need to get like them. And I don't know what it is, because I feel like I've run into females that'll be like, oh, I don't do friends, I don't do girl friendships, I never really had luck with girl friendships. And to me, that's a red flag in itself. That is a red flag, because at some point in life, it can't be everybody else. You have to take a look at yourself and say, shit, what am I doing wrong? You know what I'm saying? You have to, because that's the only way that you'll be able to grow past the experiences that you had in order to create some new experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know if I'm making any sense, because that's just how I feel. And I feel like, you know, the girl that I was like 6 years ago versus the woman I am right now are completely two different people. So the girl I was 6 years ago, I did not know nothing about taking accountability. What was that? Girl, take what accountability? Everybody else is the problem. She's fake. He's phony. I'm the realist. Like, that was just really my attitude. And I feel like people seem to forget what it's like to be young and naive and entitled and just filled with so much ego. You know, we have all been there at some point in our life, right? So looking back now, I could say, oh my God, what a mess. I was a mess, like ratchet. I was a mess in the fact that, like, I really moved like the world revolved around me, when of course it doesn't, right? So I feel like for females, a lot of us, it's a lot of moving pieces when it comes to females and sisterhood. But I feel like sisterhood is so important for females, because in sisterhood is where we'll be able to hold ourselves accountable, we'll be able to grow, we'll be able to learn, right? Because I feel like there's a certain vulnerability that comes with relationships. When you're really creating a meaningful relationship with someone, there's a certain vulnerability that comes within that relationship to where you can learn from each other, you know? So it may be like, for example, like I have friends that had kids before I did, right? And they may have had some, you know, unfavorable situation with their baby daddies and all of that. But those relationships is where I learned what to do, what works, what not to do, what doesn't work going forward. You know what I'm saying? So like in me being a present friend for my friends in those moments when I wasn't a mom as of yet, right? To now where I'm co-parenting, those moments to where I was being the voice of reason for my friends are now the moments that I look back on like, damn, like I really learned from watching my friends go through certain situations and them being vulnerable with me and me being able to be present and be attentive as a friend to, you know, to empathize with them and see where they're coming from, to now where I'm going through maybe similar situations or I'm trying to avoid certain situations. Me being able to have those experiences through my friends have helped me to navigate certain situations in my own life when I've later embarked on certain things or certain circumstances have, you know, come up for me in my life, right? So those are some of the things that come along with having a sisterly bond with someone. You know what I'm saying? You have someone that is being vulnerable with you, and not only is this person vulnerable with you, you're also able to, because of that vulnerability, you're also able to build trust with that female, you know? So if I am on a journey where I'm healing and I'm growing and I'm leaving them dog ass niggas to the curb, we leaving the dust balls behind, we're not entertaining low vibrational situations and relationships when it comes to men. Now I have someone in my corner who has seen me go through whatever it is I may have gone through when it comes to relationships with men and whatnot. This person is not going to cheer me on to do some foolishness that's going to lead me right back to where I'm trying to, you know, grow from. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that you not only have these sisterly bonds amongst other women, but it's also important that these women are also aligned with you on the same frequency, because if you're not, it's going to be the blind leading the blind. They're going to encourage you to do things that are not of service to who you want to be and who you're becoming as a woman, who you're growing into, right? And when you have women that are on the same path as you, they're aligned with you mentally and spiritually, these women are not going to encourage you to do nonsense. So if they see a red flag, they're going to call it out to you. Best believe I'm that friend. I'm that friend, baby. Like, I'm that friend 1000%. I am going to tell you he ain't shit. Yeah, like, I'm going to be like, sis, do you hear yourself? Do you hear what you just said? Like, you know? But I know also within myself that the way how I deliver certain messages, I wouldn't deliver it to the way my bluntness in my delivery, I wouldn't deliver that to someone who I know isn't receptive already, where we don't already have that rapport, because it could come off, you know, a bit aggressive to someone who I don't have that rapport with already. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, sometimes as a friend, it's important to understand that you just have to listen. You just need to be there. Your friends aren't always looking for advice. So even though I'm a solution-based person, it's not always about giving advice, because sometimes people have to find their own way. You can't always be the one holding someone's hand and giving them the answers, because what are they going to do in the event that you're not around? They have to be able to navigate on their own and themselves. You know what I'm saying? And to me personally, I don't want to be surrounded around women who aren't already where I am mentally or beyond that, because then if I can't learn from you, what is we doing? And that goes for everybody in my life. If I can't learn from you, then this relationship serves no purpose for me. If I'm the only one giving constantly, and I'm not receiving as well, I'm going to end up feeling drained. You know, and no one wants to be in a one-sided relationship. And I feel like I've done that a lot in my younger years when it comes to platonic relationships and romantic relationships. I've definitely been on the one-handed side of the spectrum, and I don't like that for myself, because when I find that when I'm in one-sided relationships, I often overextend myself to try to prove like my loyalty and my love for this person. And that shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? People that value you and see you for who you are and what your worth is, they will never have you overexerting yourself all in the name of love or proving your loyalty. You shouldn't have to prove anything to people that already see your value, because they know what's up with you. So people that see your value, they know what's up with you from the jump. They see your potential far before you do. You know what I'm saying? And those are the type of people that I want around me in my life, because those are the type of people that are not going to just run beside you. They're going to push you to be your best self. And at this point in my life, that's all I want to be surrounded by. I want to be surrounded by people that are going to hold me accountable and push me to my full potential when I'm not operating at my best. People that are going to say, Mila, like, are you okay? Like, I noticed you kind of like been off your game a bit. Like, what's up? You know what I mean? People that are going to notice and pick up on my regular positive habits and encourage me to keep those up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people around me that are not going to encourage me to be my best self. So I really don't see myself, you know, aligning myself with women that are still dealing with certain relationship issues when it comes to friendships and with men. Like I just can't, you know, I can't see it, because I feel like I'm at the point in my life where the bare minimum is not okay anymore. Like we on the type of time where it's time to think big, bitch. Like, think big. That's all I'm about right now. I'm all about thinking big. So whatever it is that I want in life, I will get it. I will manifest it. I will work towards it, and it will be mine, you know? So I'm really all about being surrounded with people that are progressing in their life in some type of way. So I just can't fathom being stagnant or being stuck on a situation that isn't serving me clearly. And when you really like sit down and try to rationalize things, like, it just don't be making no goddamn sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You know, why would I continue to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't communicate well with me, doesn't take me on dates, and I know I like dates, ain't buy me flowers, and I love me some flowers. And those things are like the bare minimum, right? And I feel like as a man, any man that sees a woman that, you know, is striving and working towards goals and ambitious and, you know, just really in her bag, I feel like as a man of value is going to add to that situation. A real man that values you, cherishes you, and appreciates you will never put you in any type of situation that will, one, lead him to never have access to you again, and two, lead you to be unclear about what it is that's going on between you guys, right? Anything that causes confusion, it ain't it. It's not for me. I don't like it. I don't want it. Anything that brings clarity and peace, that's what we're welcoming into our lives at this point in time. So if my friendship is not bringing me clarity and peace, then maybe it doesn't serve me anymore. Maybe it's time to reevaluate the friendship, or even just have a conversation with this friend and figure out what it is that's going on, and if it can be fixed. If it can't, maybe we're just growing apart, or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's not about just cutting somebody off. And I honestly, your girl used to be like that. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna hold you. I used to just snip, snip. Oh yeah, you breathing wrong? Snip. Oh, you didn't call me for my birthday? Snip. Oh, snip. Cutthroat committee. That was me. And I'm still like that. I'm still like that in a sense. Not completely. I'm not just completely cutthroat and heartless. You know, I got a heart. You know, I'm human. I got feelings. I got emotions. Right? However, now I feel like I'll more so have a conversation with someone and let them know how I feel, where I stand, and my perspective. Because sometimes people just don't know. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how they make you feel when they do certain things. And that's when it comes, this construction is pissing me off. Anyways, and that's when it's up to you to use your discernment to decipher if someone is intentionally trying to hurt you, and if they're gaslighting you, disrespecting you on purpose, and trying to manipulate you, or do they just not know? You know what I'm saying? Because everyone's communication style, love language is different, you know? So when it comes to fostering and nurturing relationships with other people, you have to take these things into consideration, right? So just because I like flowers, you know, it doesn't mean that the guy I'm dating sees the value in flowers or giving me flowers. So he may not look at that as something that's important to do, that'll make me feel nice and feel secure within our relationship, you know? Whereas if I were to date someone that didn't see an issue with that, would love to do anything that would make me happy, if I express that, it wouldn't be an issue. I wouldn't be going back and forth about me getting flowers or just going on a date or celebrating Valentine's Day. Like something so simple like that, you know, can easily turn into you being stuck in a situation or a relationship you don't even want to be in. And trust me, I know we've all been there. We've all been in a situation far longer than we should have. I know I'm guilty, and I'm sure you're guilty too, sis. We've all been stuck on stupid at some point in time. However, that doesn't mean that you can't grow and you can't change and you can't want different things for yourself. However, when you want different, you have to move different. And that comes with you taking accountability for, oh shoot, I didn't set the tone with this from early. So that's why he doesn't see the importance in taking me out on quality dates. Oh, okay, that's my mistake. Yeah, I done set the tone. I set the tone already for this to be a shit show, and that's what it's gonna continue to be. So let's just start from scratch, you know? Let's try to start from scratch. And honestly, you can start from scratch with someone that you've already kind of set the tone poorly with. If that person is open, willing, and receptive to what it is that you're asking of, you know? If they're a reasonable person. However, someone that's unreasonable and is looking to put in the minimum effort and gain the maximum results, they ain't gonna go for that. Like, they're not gonna have this new me vibes. They're not gonna have, you know, Mila Mills 2.0. They're not gonna like it, you know, because they've been reaping the benefits of you having no boundaries, having no standards, without them having to do shit to get access to you. And we ain't on that. That is dead. That is a thing of the past. We're not accepting those things anymore. We're saying what we mean. We're meaning what we say. We are asking exactly for what we want, and we're getting it. And if you're not giving us that, I'm gracefully bowing out. That's it. With grace and with poise. Listen, one thing I'm not doing is I'm not going out sad. I'm not going out kicking and screaming, because guess what? There are so many other people in the world that are willing and ready to give me what it is that I asked for, as long as I am giving what they asked for as well as the fair exchange without any issues. I don't want no problems. I don't want no stress. I just want peace and good vibes, you know? So if we can come to an agreement that, you know, this is something that we can, you know, both offer each other, then cool. And if it's an agreement where, you know, you're not feeling what I'm saying and I'm not feeling what you're saying, I think it's time we, you know, take a bow and say goodbye. And that's it. You know, there's no need to go kicking and screaming and get embarrassed. And it's just not on brand for me. I don't do the things that I used to accept and used to do in the past. Those are just literally things of the past. I will not be, you know, accepting those things anymore. I don't even know that girl. That girl from 2020. Shoot, that girl from last week even. I don't even know her. She doesn't even go here. She doesn't even go here. That's how I feel. And that's how you should feel too. So whatever it is that you are striving for in your life to push forward, whether it is you want to create more meaningful relationships with women, whether it is you want to start picking better men, honestly, all these things start with you and how you operate and how you move. You know what? And I told myself, like, I wanted to start, you know, connecting with new women that are doing the same things as me, entrepreneur, YouTuber, content creators, whatever it is. And I started literally reaching out to girls and they would reach back to me. It's literally as simple as that. And I know as we get older, it's kind of harder to make friends and to make lasting friendships with females, but I promise you, chances are, as much as you are looking to make some new friends, there other girls are looking to make new friends too. And it's literally just about just putting that olive branch out there. You never know who you can connect to. You just have to start. You can't be afraid. You can't say, oh, I don't make friends. Girl, put on some clothes and go outside. Go outside and go meet people. Go network with people. Go take yourself out to eat and just meet people there. Whatever it is. When you're invited to other events, mix and mingle with the other females that are there and get to know them, exchange contacts, and do all types of things. You can't just be sitting on your hands and expecting things to fall from the sky for you. You have to put in the work. You have to. You know, so it starts with you and taking accountability, and maybe you need to work on yourself and work on your own toxic ways that may have hindered or severed some relationships that you had in the past. So maybe you're in a season of growth right now. Maybe it's not about starting anything new. You're just in a season of rebuilding and healing and growth for yourself. And sometimes it's essential in understanding when it's time to sit still. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta sit still and be thankful for what you already have and be grateful before you can start manifesting and asking for new things from the universe, because the universe only gives to those who are grateful for what they already have. That's how it works, you know? And in terms of working on yourself, that is a lifelong journey. It is not something that is linear. It's something that's up and down and up and down and up and down, right? And you'll go through seasons and you'll go through different emotions while you're working on yourself. And it's not gonna be hard. Some days you're gonna have to peel yourself off the floor, sis. And that's perfectly okay. And that is perfectly fine. It's all about who you become in the process. It's all about the skills that you acquire while you're on this journey of healing yourself and loving yourself and wanting better for yourself, you know? And I feel like right now we're just in a time where it's trendy, you know, to live a soft life and black girl luxury aesthetic. It's trendy, but I don't feel like it's not a trend. It's not a trend. It's really a vibe. It's really a pattern. It's really something that you have to ingrain into your everyday life and your habits that you have for yourself, you know? And it's kind of hard because it requires a lot of unlearning from, you know, habits that you may have developed from childhood, whether they were, you know, healthy or toxic. It involves a lot of unlearning of what you've already know or thought you knew of yourself and of the world on a grander scale, right? So it won't be easy, but it's definitely worth it, right? So definitely reach out to that girl you wanna hang with, you wanna link up with, you know. Definitely be more mindful of the men that you're inviting into your life and your space, because they also contribute to who you are as a woman and your vibrations and your aura. So definitely being more intentional about the relationships that you have around you definitely determine who you are and where your life is going or where it is not, you know. So I know we've all heard, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. Baby, that saying is so real. Like, I know it's so cliche, but it's so real, because if you hang around people that are eating unhealthy, they're encouraging toxic relationships, and they don't have any long-term goals, you're bound to be just like them when it comes to all of those things, you know. Whereas if you're surrounded by positive influences, you're going to have no choice but to get with it or get lost, you know. And I love all of my friends dearly. They definitely inspire me. They keep me motivated in so many different aspects of what they're doing with themselves, what their goals are, and their personal journey with growth and whatnot. They definitely keep me on my toes. So it's important to surround yourself with, you know, like-minded individuals that will hold you accountable, you know, because these are going to be the same people that keep you grounded and remind you of where you're coming from, how far, where you were at, how far you've come, and where you're going, so that you don't entertain anything that isn't going to add to you getting to your destination, you know? So I enjoyed this girl chat. I can't wait to do another one. You guys let me know if you like this. Let me know in the comments. I'm definitely going to be putting up a chat box on my Instagram and taking some suggestions. And you can even leave a comment below and let me know anything you want to talk about in our girl chats. I'm so excited. I can't wait to do some more. See you guys in the next one.